Let's hone in on one of those headline stories now. Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize is believed to have been top of the agenda at the ANC's most recent National Working Committee meeting. The governing party is mulling his fate after a multi-million rand contract awarded to some of his close associates was flagged as irregular. The minister has denied reports that the investigation into the contract is a ploy to harm his political ambitions at the party's elective conference next year. Meanwhile, Mkhize has requested an opportunity to explain his role in that controversial contract to the party's Integrity Commission. But calls for him to step aside have grown louder since the news broke. Snuki Zikalala is the president of the ANC Veterans League. He joins us now as we continue to unpack the story for you. Mr. Zikalala, it's great to have you with us on the show this morning. Thanks for your time. I want to begin with an issue I think you've already said in some sectors of the media that you don't want to comment on, but I'm going to take my chances anyway. The National Working Committee meeting on Monday reports that you were among a group of people at that meeting calling for the Health Minister to step aside while this situation is still under investigation. Would you like to comment on those reports?
Good morning, Michelle, and good morning to your viewers. It's unfortunate I can't comment about what happened within the NWC. I don't have the authority to do that. It's only Pulemabe who can comment on that. But I can comment, I can say that as Veterans League, we're happy that at last Comrade Zweli Mkhize agreed to appear in front of the Integrity Commission so as to get his name, because that's the way to do. As you know, that the ANC, as African National Congress, won these elections through an anti-corruption campaign, and we made it very clear that any leader of the ANC, leader of society, who's implicated in corrupt activities, who has not been charged by the court of law, must immediately subject himself to the Integrity Commission. And so I'm happy that he had cleared that. He says appearing in front of the Integrity Commission, and let's see what will happen there. We are very excited about that, and it's unfortunate that Comrade Zweli Mkhize, he's one of our leaders who has an impeccable credentials and who struggled internally, externally, came back and worked very hard to build the ANC internally. And of course, he was our face of during COVID, and he managed to bring the health society, the health ministry, and made sure that we save people's lives. And we're proud of his track record. But if issues of corruption taint his name and they taint the name of the ANC, it's important that he clears it so that we can move ahead as the African National Congress.
I mean, Mr. Zikalala, it's becoming absurd now, isn't it, if it hasn't already been absurd? The fact that this government won the leadership of the government on, as you say, an anti-corruption and clean governance ticket, at the same time under a pandemic, under a global health crisis, the SIU says we've seen the worst corruption to date.
No, it's really upset and it's really disappointing, especially if it comes from some of our people. And we as the Veterans League, we believe that the law enforcement agencies must act speedily. And we're happy that the SIU have gone in, and not only on Comrade Zweli, in other areas as well. And those who are found with their hands in the cookie jar must definitely face the consequences. There's no doubt about that, because you can't steal from the poor. You can't steal money that is meant to save poor people's lives. And so it's unacceptable. It's really unacceptable. And so we are happy that the SIU said they'll take steps. They'll be able to present the findings to the president as soon as they are ready, and the president will have to act immediately if he gets the finding from the SIU.
So as president of the ANC Veterans League, I understand that you can't comment on what takes place within the National Working Committee meetings. But as president of the ANC Veterans League, you know, there's a lot of talk around what the president himself should do, what Cyril Ramaphosa should or should not have done by now in terms of dealing with his health minister, given the extent of the corruption that has been alleged here. But what is your take on what the minister should do?
Well, I'm happy that the minister, of course, it took more than a week, more than 2 weeks for him to appear in front of the Integrity Commission. Immediately, if these scandals came out, he should have approached the Integrity Commission and said, look, I want to clear my name. And immediately, if the Integrity Commission takes its own time, he should have approached the president and said, look, my name is tainted. Can I please, it's either being recused, or should I make sure that the Integrity Commission act on this matter as soon as possible, and the SIU act on this matter and gets his name cleared. That's what is important. And so we appeal to all members of the African National Congress, immediately if their names are tainted with corruption scandals, they must appear, go in front of the Integrity Commission. If need be, they should say, look, I'm prepared to step down for now until my name is cleared. That's what we approach and request, because it's about the integrity and dignity of the organization that we are talking about here. It's the political morality of the organization that we're talking about here. And so if an individual finds himself in this invidious position, I think he himself must say that to save the organization, to save myself and my family and my children, why don't I do the right thing? And so that's all that we're appealing. And so we are saying that Comrade Zweli must appear in front of the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission and Comrade George Mashamba and his team, they'll make sure that he appears in front of them soon. And immediately, we as veterans and the NEC will get the report from the Integrity Commission. What is good now is that the Integrity Commission, immediately when it has seen an individual, it gives us the report with immediate effect. At our next NWC meeting, we'll get the report from the Integrity Commission. And so I think this matter will be cleared within a month. And so, and of course, what is important is the image and integrity of the organization. We're going for local government elections now, and our people are looking up to the ANC to fix the corruption that is there, to fix the roads, to fix the question of unemployment, to fix municipalities that are dysfunctional, to fix the hospitals that do not have water, do not have medication. And so we as the ANC, we have to make sure that we check up our actions.
I suppose the next question for people who are listening to our interview will be whether the Integrity Commission has proven itself to be the right organization to deal with serious allegations against senior leaders of the governing party. Do you reckon it's proven itself to be the kind of strong-willed and decisive organization that we need it to be, given the extent of corruption?
No, it has. The biggest problem that we face, the biggest problem that we are facing is that immediately when the Integrity Commission presented its report, it took us time. It took us 3 to 4 months before we got the reports. But now we get the reports immediately as the National Working Committee. We process the reports and they immediately go to the NEC. It's the National Executive that has to endorse the recommendations of the Integrity Commission. And the Integrity Commission says this is what we propose and this is action that we are saying should be taken, and then they put it in front of the NEC. Now the National Executive Committee, after their proposal has been processed by the NWC, that has to take that decision, because the National Executive Committee is the highest decision-making body of the ANC in between conferences. And so I think the Integrity Commission has done a sterling work so far, and it was just because the reports were delayed, but now the reports are there now, and the NWC processes them quickly, and the NEC is the one that has to endorse the decision of the Integrity Commission.
You've said yourself it is a local government election year. There are so many headlines for the governing party that don't put it in a good light. And it goes further than headlines. The lives of South Africans tainted by corruption, the lives of South Africans, their everyday lived experiences really hampered by corruption. It's not a good year to hold a local government election. Is the party, do you reckon, prepared for what might come when we get the outcomes of the polls?
Well, I think we have seen the by-elections that have taken place, that the ANC won most of the by-election seats. And with the actions that the ANC is now taking against corruption, the confidence of the ANC from society is coming back gradually. But the more actions are taken by SIU, people who are found wanting are being taken to court, are imprisoned, they wear orange overalls, the more we provide quality service delivery to our people will vote for us. Our people are not, they are not silent. Our people want quality service. They want roads that are tarred. They don't want potholes. They want electricity that is running. They want the water and sanitation to be there. We can't fool our people. And so we as the ANC, we have to jack up our actions and ensure that we deliver on our mandate, especially this sixth administration of Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa has said that they will be able to to ensure that we deliver on quality service of our people. We employ people of fit for purpose. Most of our councillors were not jacked up, but I think that's one of the things that we as Veterans League were imploring on the ANC, that let the councillors who are going to be elected should be councillors or committed, dedicated, and who are skilled, who have knowledge, so that they can be able to run our municipalities professionally.
Yeah, absolutely. Actions speak louder than words, don't they?
Yes, I agree with you.
Snuki Zikalala, thanks very much for your time this morning. He is president of the ANC Veterans League as we continue to unpack the saga around Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize.